Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is your host, Minister Christopher Perkins, back with another episode of the Underground Church Experience, where we go beyond the Sunday morning experience. Right now, this is a bonus episode, and I want to just give you some guys some content. I know it's a day after Father's Day, but I still want to continue the celebration. I want to give you something in addition to whatever you celebrated or did for Father's Day. I want to encourage the fathers. I want to salute all the fathers that's a part of their children's lives and that are doing their best to be a good example of manhood, a good example of what a godly man should be. And this is three tips I want to share with the fellas in regards to that. These are three things I want you to take with you. Okay. Number one, the Bible says in Proverbs 22:6 that we ought to be our child's first teacher. In Proverbs, it says, train up a child in the way they should go. And when they're old, they should not depart. It is our duty as a father to be a teacher, to be the teacher, the first teacher for our children. Okay. Because what we're doing is prepping them, getting them prepared for the real world. And it starts at home. It starts with us as men, as fathers, okay? Because once the children get out there, they're going to be exposed to a lot of different doctrines, teachings, ideologies, and world doctrines. So it's up to us to set them on the right path before they're introduced to a lot of confusion, a lot of misinformation. All right. That's Proverbs 22:6. The second thing we can do as fathers is spend time with your children. And when I say spend time, I mean valuable time. And the context of this could be found in Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 6 through 9. And it's instructing the household, the men and the fathers of the household to spend time with the children, instructing them and educating them. And it adds on to my first point. Um, we can spend time with our children, but I'm talking about valuable time. When you take those moments just to sit down, to have a real thorough, a real deep conversation about the things of life, impart wisdom. Okay, impart wisdom and lifelong valuable lessons. That's what I meant by valuable time. You know, in this time, in this day and age, I mean, there's a lot of time that we are in the same household with our children, but the time is not really unique and is not valued because everybody is either in their own room with their door closed or sitting in the living room, and your child is on their device, or you might be on your device and the TV is on and nobody's watching TV together, but yet the TV is on. So just take that with you. Practice spending valuable time where you imparting wisdom, some knowledge to your children. The last tip, number three, is to exemplify a Christ life or godly life or just a good life. And the supportive scripture is coming from Second Corinthians chapter 3, verse 3. And in that scripture, it says that our life that we live is like an open letter. It's like a written letter. Oftentimes we hear people say that our lives are will be the only Bible somebody will read. Well, according to this scripture, our life can also be like a letter, an open letter that people can look at and see the goodness of God, see the righteousness, see the light of Christ shining through us. So I want to encourage the men and the fathers to be a good example to your children, to your son and to your daughter, and not only just living a good life, but they need to be able to see the light of Christ shining in you. They need to see you to see a godly man. They need an example of a godly man and what that looks like, because truth be told, a lot of A lot of kids, you know, they have father-like figures or they have role models that's in the entertainment business, and they're getting their perspective from entertainment or social media or what a man should be, but it's not in line with the scriptures. It's not according to what the Bible teaches. So it's imperative that us as fathers, that we show an example of what manhood is and how that's played out in that everyday life. So just to kind of recap, um, we ought to be a teacher. Fathers, we are teachers. We ought to be spending valuable time, you know, imparting wisdom. And also, lastly, is to be an example. Let your life be something that your children can look at and they can study your life. They can learn, they can discern right from wrong, and they can get some tools and some skills, you know, to help them before they enter the adult world. So that concludes this episode. Like I said, this is the first segment. The second segment will be with me and my daughter. I hope this was a blessing to you guys. I hope that you take something from this. And like I said, I wanted just to continue the Father's Day celebration. We tend to go through these holidays and just gloss over them, you know, go through the holiday and then the next day is back to the same routine. But I just, you know, I always like coming behind that, you know, the next day, and to re-emphasize, you know, and just to keep it going, because father should be celebrated every day. And I salute any man that's a father, that's there for their children. They doing the best they can, and being in their child's life. So man, y'all take it easy. Remember to keep your head up and to keep your spirits up. Peace. All right. Want to welcome everybody to the Underground Church podcast. I'm your host, Minister Christopher Perkins. This is the Underground Church podcast, where we go beyond the Sunday morning experience. And this episode, I have a special guest in the house, a young, talented, beautiful young lady by the name of Ava Perkins.
Yeah,
And she happens to be my daughter.
yeah. Um, I am his daughter slash cameraman sometimes.
A camera woman. We want to be proper. Sometimes camera woman. So I have Ava with me for this segment of the podcast, and this is going to be the Father's Day episode or edition of the podcast. So um, I told Ava, me and her can do a little segment together, and then I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna have other segments that I record. It's gonna have some more information and stuff like that. But the purpose of this is to go along with some things that I've been saying, and what I want to really promote and get this message across to the men who are fathers. And I want to demonstrate this. I want to tell the men that, you know, spend as much time as you can with your children or with your child. You know, it's a very important that we have time, a special time set out to spend with our kids. I know it gets hard sometimes, especially if you're working a lot and you just trying to fit in some time to rest and just to do, you know, do other things that adults have to do. But we do have to slow it down and engage with our children, see what's going on in their world, and to try to understand what's going on, and to always keep an open line of communication. Okay. So I got Ava with me, and you know, this is things that we like to do is she helps me with some of my videos, And like she said, and I'm currently working on, what's the other thing that we were working on?
The sketchbook throwback.
The sketchbook throwback, which will be on my artist Christopher Perkins page. So she's helping me with that, and I'm also just showing her some things in case maybe one day she want to do a podcast or have a YouTube channel, and she'll know how to do it. And plus, it's great projects for us to work on together. So um, there was some things that you wanted to share.
Yes, these are some advice for fathers that here's some advice for fathers with teenagers, and you don't have to agree with all of it. These are just some things that me and some other teenagers will want our parents to do. So, number one, it says, if we tell you not to talk to us, don't get mad, just don't bother us. Number two, it's okay if you want to protect us, but please don't invade our privacy. Number three, if your teen is suicidal, don't try to argue with them or just randomly mention it during a bad time. Number four, don't judge us for how we look. Number five, if your teen struggles with mental health issues, don't judge them because some mental illnesses may cause people to struggle with basic hygiene or keeping the room clean. Number six, don't assume your teenage daughter has a boyfriend. Number seven, don't tell everyone our business. Number eight, don't get mad at us for making mistakes because some of you guys were probably worse than us. Number,
Oh,
number nine is if you and your teenager are having a conversation or an argument, just let them say what they need to say and listen. And that's it.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Well, you heard it from Miss Ava May herself. She broke it down. You know what I'm saying? She broke it down to us. So bring your list, get your list, sit it right here. And so for fathers or parents in general, um, what Ava shared was some things, some advice from her perspective. And
Mhm.
what you have and what we have to do, even if we don't agree with some of the things that they express to us, we need to be able to sit down and have a dialogue, conversation. And every conversation or disagreement, everything is not going to be resolved in one setting. Sometimes your child has to listen to what you have to say, and they have to go and think on it. It is some things that your child might present to you that you need to just let it sink in, think about it, pray about it, you know, and then y'all two come together and talk about it again. So um I'm trying to teach Ava, and I'm glad that she came up with this list because she did this on her own. So I told her that, you know, that she was going to be in the episode and that we were just going to have a talk, kind of a conversation. Next thing I know, she come out with with the 10 Commandments. She come back. She's like, I got some advice. I said, okay, all right, that's some advice. So this is also teaching her to have confidence. You want to always try to build your child up and with the confidence and to be able to express themselves and to think for themselves and to speak for themselves. Okay.
And
Oh,
also,
what was that?
okay, I was
Oh, that
trying
means
to,
me to be quiet.
well,
But
kind of. But, anyways, I forgot to write another one down. I just randomly thought of it. Do
mhm.
not make fun of something that your child cannot control. Like, yeah.
Don't make fun of something that your child cannot control.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So add that on there. So we need to you know, this is some things that we can go through. And I hope you guys, when you look back at this video or you listen back to the audio, I will advise you to take some notes. To take some notes. I'm serious, because this we have to listen, Ava. It's important that you know I know what you're thinking and I know what you feel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I had to, be mindful, and fathers, you need to be mindful of, whatever it is that's on your children's mind, you know, and they need to feel comfortable coming to us and talking. They need to feel like it's a safe space. Now, at the same time, I'm not saying that you be so open or you be lenient to where anything goes. There still needs to be boundaries, and everybody needs to know their role. You know, you still the parent, they're still the child. You still have to get that established, and they have that understanding. Okay, so I just want to briefly kind of go over some of the things that you shared. Um, Let me see. Okay, let's talk about number two. What
Okay.
was that one again?
So number two is it's okay if you want to protect us, but don't invade our privacy.
Okay, you want to elaborate on it a little bit?
So what I'm trying to say is like there are some things that you can do to try to protect us, like kind of monitor what we do or watch. But I feel like if you go through our diary or something, that's invading privacy. Or yeah, or if you like try to go through your whole entire phone, then it may kind of be invading privacy. But if you just look at some of the stuff just to monitor what your kid is like looking at, then it's okay.
So you think there needs to be a limit?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, what if a parent doesn't know the stuff that you want limited access to or no access to? How are we to know that it's not anything inappropriate, or it's not anything that that's disturbing, or issue that we need to address
You mean in the diary and like a
in the
diary?
diary, in the phone, in your room?
Um, well, it's okay. Well, in my opinion, I think it's okay if you look through my phone, but I feel like if you look through like my diary, then my then that would be invading privacy for me.
Mm,
But it may be different for other teenagers.
okay, all right. Well, would you think it'll be okay if they ask, if the parent asks, like, what do you mind sharing? I think that we both parties have to work together, because what if, okay, they say, well, do you mind sharing a page or reading? If they say, okay, I'm curious to what's in your diary. Do you feel okay opening up to a certain page and you read?
Um, I don't know.
So you're not
I
sure about that?
maybe I'll read like one page, but if you like try to go through the whole diary and stuff, then that would be invading privacy. But if you ask just one page, then okay. Like then I'll just read you one page of it.
Okay. I mean, this is an example of what I was saying about communicating with your child and trying to come to an agreement or understanding, but also knowing that, in the end, what position, what role that you are in and the role that they are in. Okay. Because, Ava, I also let you know that, hey, as a parent, it's my job to care for you, to make sure you protect it and not engaging in anything that's inappropriate. Okay. I always
Yeah.
let you know that, there's some things I can't control, but the things that I do have access to, or, what's within my reach, you know, I have to, you know, and it's also good to explain to your son or your daughter why it is that you're doing what you do. Okay. And even if they don't get it, still just offer an explanation. Okay. It's just a proper thing to do. And also, as believers, as children of God, when we read the Bible and we see how God deals with His people, you know, we're able to read and see why. We're able to, dig in the scriptures and get an explanation and learn why it is that God deals with His people or deal with us the way that He does. And through that, you learn about His character, you learn about His nature, you learn about, His will, and in the essence of God. You learn about those things through His actions and in His words. So, um, with that, let's we could talk about that later. You know what I'm saying? With the invasion of privacy, and I say that does have to be respect. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it does have to be respect. So, uh, you guys that's listening, I don't know how you will handle it. After listening to this audio or seeing the video, y'all can reach out to me and message me, inbox me on, on Messenger or Instagram or anything. I want to hear your take on it. So let me see. I'll find another one. Uh, okay, number 8. I want you to read number 8.
Okay.
That was kind of funny to me, but
Okay. Don't get mad at us for making a mistake because you guys were probably worse than us.
okay. So that's
Okay.
so what? That's pretty much it in a nutshell. Is anything else you want to add to that?
So basically, the whole point of me like writing that is because some people may like, some parents have probably done like worse things, like really bad things when they were teenagers. And if a child like makes a mistake, like gets a bad grade or forgets to do something, then the
Hmm.
parent would just get all mad and stuff. But they probably did something a lot worse in the past.
Okay, so what are you saying? What are you suggesting that
So I'm saying, like,
what the
how are you gonna get mad over your child forgetting to do something, but you were doing this a few years ago?
okay. Well, it would have been more than a few years ago,
Well, yeah,
but
like,
I get what you're saying.
yeah,
So okay, why would the parent get mad, you know, when they made mistakes when they were kids?
yeah.
So mm, do you have like a solution? It's
I
just
feel
to
like,
remember. So
I
you
feel
want the
like,
parents to remember.
I feel like, they should probably like remember what they did in the past and then like not get as angry and not get like really mad at their kid, but
Hmm.
maybe like get on to them, but not yell.
Okay. All right.
It just depends on what they do, like what the
Okay. You say
child
it
did.
depends.
Yeah,
Okay. So you think there could be something that where it might require them to get fussed at, or if it's something that's very extreme.
then like if it's something a little bit like bad, then yes, they can yell, but maybe not like beat them, because the parents should like remember something that they did in the
Oh,
past.
okay. So I believe the main point that Ava is making is for parents to just be mindful and remember that they were once children, that and that we were once teenagers,
Yes.
and to remember that hey, we made mistakes and we didn't always get it right, and that's a good piece of advice, for parents. What you doing?
Okay, I was trying to like get your attention so I could say something.
Oh, you didn't have to do that. You just talk.
Okay.
You
Well,
just what was that?
okay. So, um,
Just talk.
okay. So, anyways, also, I forgot to write this down too. I feel like, some of us teenagers, we go through stuff and sometimes we get annoyed easily,
Mm,
and sometimes parents may not like that. But you guys just have to remember, you guys were teenagers too, and you guys probably went through some stuff
mhm.
and get frustrated easily. So, yeah.
Okay. Just to pretty much add on to to your point. Um, just we as parents, it's also good for us to remember, and you know we do have to take a step back and remember how it was for us, and have some grace, have some mercy, um and think about, okay, how would, if I was in my child's shoes, or you might think back, hmm, or you could think back to an incident to when you was a child and you wish something was handled a little differently because you feel like maybe you was misunderstood. I don't know, something like that. I don't know, but Ava, I would be honest. Sometimes, man, when we think about our childhood, that's what would make us kind of paranoid. Like, man, I know how it was when I was a kid. I know it's so much stuff to get into. Like that's why sometimes parents are like, mm-mm, I already know what you might do. I already know what might happen because I've been in your position. I've been a teenager.
Um,
I know I know how little kids, little boys are. I know how, kids can be sneaky because yeah, some of us were sneaky.
yes.
you know.
So don't get mad if we get sneaky, because y'all were
Well,
too.
yeah, but looking back, some people might say, well, yeah, I needed to get my butt whooped because I did wrong, So but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I understand, you know. But um yeah, sometimes that we remember what it was to be a child, and that just makes us a little uncomfortable because we know the dangers. We done already been through some things that you guys are experience or will experience.
Um,
Okay.
okay.
All right. So y'all, I hope this has been helpful. This is, we just me and Ava just chatting, and just hope you're getting something out of this. We about to wrap it on up, wrap this segment on up. But these are some things that I just want to give you guys an example of, of good interaction. And when I say spending time with your child or with your children, make sure it's valuable. Okay. make sure that time is well spent, well used. And Ava, I want to thank you for being a part of the podcast of this episode.
Okay, you're welcome. And also, you better pay me for this.
uh cut. And she want to be paid, okay? You want to be paid. I ain't even getting paid for this.
Okay, I'm just playing.
I'm gonna get paid. I'm gonna pay you. I ain't even get paid.
Okay, I'm just
when
playing.
I get paid, you get paid. Okay.
Okay.
That's
Well, actually, well, I know you get paid like tomorrow or something. So
But it's
you
not.
can
Nah,
just
it's not from this. It's from something
yeah.
else.
Yeah. But when you get paid, then you can pay me with the charger. You can pay me
I
by
ain't
giving
forgot
me a
about that.
charger.
Yeah, I ain't forgot about that. She want to charge her for her phone.
Yes.
And I told her I will order it when I get paid again. So, which is tomorrow. So
Yes.
I think she's trying to blackmail me
How?
because we're on camera, and so you trying to blackmail me. You think you're slick, and put it out there so she can have some evidence, documentation that I said I was going to get her a charger, and so she might try to take this footage for and hold it over my head.
Well, I don't know, maybe.
But anyway, I got you on the charger. I got you on your phone charger.
But if I do it, the only reason why is because I'm
What
broke.
you don't have to. You don't have to.
Okay.
But yeah, y'all. This is me and Ava.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a way to end it. It is what it is. This is pretty laid back episode.
Yeah.
And is there anything else you want to say?
Well, no.
You good?
Yeah.
You good? Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Hey, guess what?
What?
I love you.
Oh, cool.
Dang.
Love you too, I guess.
Dang. You guess.
I'm just playing.
You get no, you ain't. No, you ain't. Oh man. See, I might have to edit it out.
Okay.
That's
fine.
messed up.
I love you too, shorty.
No, see, children, learn. Don't be afraid to express your love for your parents. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to tell your mom, tell your dad, I love you. Okay, you hear that, girl? You hear that?
Uh-huh.
Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed. And don't be ashamed to receive hugs from your parents in public.
Oh.
Okay, I think that's enough.
You can do all that when we end the video.
In the video. Okay. All right, y'all. Be easy now.
Bye, shorty.
Who is Shorty?
That's just